Okay, it's time to paint our figure now. I've cleaned him up, and we're going to start doing some painting now on him. And I've cleaned the canoe up, and we'll do our painting, and then after that we're going to be doing our assembling. So the first thing I'm going to do, start with, is I'm going to paint his boots, and I'm just going to use a black to do that. So we will start that situation. Okay? We're going to use a black to paint his boots. Now, remember, you don't have to follow my color scheme. You know as well as I do that you're probably a whole lot better painter than I am. So, it's not necessary to follow the color scheme that I am necessarily go by. This is just what I feel he might look like. That's the wonderful thing about it. You don't have to go by my color scheme, and you can paint the boots purple if you want to. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But the main thing is that you've got your piece carved, and that you going to get it done. But I like neutral colors. A lot of you might like brighter colors. I've always enjoyed the neutral colors. And there we go. We've got one of them painted. So I've always, I'm a simple painter. I don't have the elaboracy of painting like a lot of people do. We have some people on our board, Wood Carving Illustrated board, that are just, especially some of the ladies, some of the most wonderful painters you ever saw in all your life. And they can take a carving that's not even that good, and they can make it the most beautiful thing you ever seen. Well, I didn't have that. I don't have that talent to do that, especially when it comes to a Christmas for Santa Clauses and things like that. They are just wonderful. Bring it up here like this where you can kind of see it. But I'm just a normal painter. And I just kind of do the... Okay, well, there we go. We've got his boots painted. A bit more darker paint back here. Alright, we've got his boots painted now. Now, we're going to paint his pants legs, and I think I'm going to go with a burnt umber on that. It's a burnt umber is simply a very dark brown on his pants. And umber is real strong, so I kind of mix it up before I paint him, because it is such a strong color. I always try to keep it watered down quite a bit. This has been a very fun project. I appreciate Mr. Richard Boots so much for allowing me to do this project. It's a fun one. And even though this is actually the first time I've ever done a figure with the arms carved separately, I've always carved my arms, but it was a lot of fun. You learn a lot, and you learn a lot from carving the figure, from doing it that way. I've never done it. Always carved it in a way that it's always been a part of the body. But it was a lot of fun. It really was. It was a different style. I was learning with you. You weren't just learning by yourself. I was learning too. And that's the wonderful thing about wood carving. I don't think there's ever a time that you get to carving where you think, well, I just don't need to learn anymore. We all learn as we go along, and the wonderful thing is we learn from others. All right, we're using the burnt umber to carve our pants here. I'm out in the garage. It's sort of a little different setting right here, painting my figure. I think that is the most wonderful thing about carving, is that you never learn all there is to learn about it, because there's so many different forms of carving. There's so many different ways that people do it. There's so many different great ideas that you learn from. And when we do that, it just becomes a wonderful lesson to learn. And that's why, there we go. All right, we've got his pants now. Get in between the areas in here, sometimes that you miss. Of course, you can always go back and do it. But here he is. There's his pants that are in the done in burnt umber. Now, let me see. Let's go to the belt, and I'm going to use sort of a let me think here. I think I'm going to use a gray